New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon is in India on a 5-day visit. This is the first visit by a New Zealand Prime Minister to India in 9 years. The New Zealand Prime Minister is later to meet India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. On the second day of his visit, the Prime Minister will visit the Gandhi Memorial at the Raj Ghat, followed by meetings with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Droupadi Murmu. The bilateral meeting will see both countries exchange various memorandums at the Hyderabad House. Boosting bilateral trade between the two nations features prominently on the visiting Prime Minister's agenda. India's Minister for Commerce and Industry and his New Zealand counterpart have already announced free trade agreement negotiations between the two countries. Now, bilateral trade between the two countries crossed the $1 billion mark in recent years. Luxon will also attend the 10th edition of the multilateral conference Raisina Dialogue as a chief guest. The Indian Prime Minister is also scheduled to attend the inaugural session of the event that is organized by Observer Research Foundation along with the Ministry of External Affairs. After non-stop meetings in Delhi, the New Zealand Prime Minister will leave for Mumbai to meet Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis and interactions with Indian business leaders and representatives from various sectors. Luxon will leave for New Zealand on Thursday, March the 20th. Let's talk more about this visit. Our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Sidhan Subol, is now joining us at this hour. Sidhan, good to see you. This is the first time a New Zealand Prime Minister is visiting India after 9 years. What's the significance of his visit?
Well, the focus during the visit is on the restart of the FTA. The announcement came just a short while ago. We know that in the past also there have been attempts which have been made to have an FTA, but the New Zealand side have had issues regarding India's high tariffs and opening up of its agriculture market, the dairy market. For India, the concern is that it would impact the livelihood of many who are dependent on the dairy sector. So this is something that has been a contentious issue. The talks, of course, the announcement has come for the restart, but it could take some time. But essentially, this visit has all the vibes of making sure that New Delhi and Wellington come together. We know that New Zealand side is keen to diversify its relationship amidst its concerns over the Chinese increased influence in the Pacific. We recently saw the Chinese military exercises, the naval exercises near New Zealand. That was a concern for New Zealand, which the Defence Minister of New Zealand termed as a wake-up call. We have seen the recent signing of the pact between China and the Cook Islands. So there are concerns for New Zealand when it comes to China, and for that they're increasingly hoping that there might be more and substantive relationship with New Delhi. But this is a relationship that has several pillars. First and foremost is the diaspora. The number of Indians and Indian origin people who are living in New Zealand, not only since many decades, but also many students who have gone to New Zealand, given it's an English-speaking country. Then, of course, the focus is also on defense, on trading relationship, and as to how both countries can work at the international forum as well. There are certain concerns as well, which includes the Khalistani elements in the country using the freedom of speech and expression, basically misusing it for their own purposes. They recently last year conducted the so-called referendum, and we know that the New Zealand government was quick to say that it backs India's territorial integrity. There are, of course, the remarks by the New Zealand Foreign Minister over the Niger issue as well, and we know that during this visit, this is something that could crop up as well. So this is a relationship that has a history, and the focus will be that during this visit there are more positive outcomes so that both countries can not only work together but also come together.
All right, that is our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Sidhan Subol. Sidhan, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.